And we have finally made it to the #1 figure of the entire year for me. Meaning, if I could only buy one figure this entire year, what would have been that figure? What is going on, everybody? Articulated Ninja here. And no, nothing that you see right here is my actual top 15. These are all just honorable mentions. All honorable mentions. With that being said, all of these figures are amazing, but my top 15 is based on my own personal experiences with the figure, nostalgia, bias, preferences, things like that. So mine's doesn't have to be yours, but hey, if we got anything in common, comment down below. There is no right or wrong, it's just whatever figures you happen to love for your own reasons. So let's get into the figures that I absolutely love this year. At number 15, we have...
Who's that Pokemon? And I know that none of this is real, but the show must go on.
Yes, it is G.I. Joe Classified's Rock and Roll. He is number 15 on my list. He could be better, but I like him a lot. Honestly, he fought for this slot between Shooter because I really love Shooter and the Snow Serpent, but Rock and Roll just happened to edge them out. I just really like how this character looks, man. I like the design. I didn't have no QC issues on mines, but of course I had to replace his guns with some action for his guns because without question that's a necessity at this point. But Rock and Roll had to at least be in the top 15. He's number 15. Let's move on and see what figure is number 14 this year.
Who's that Pokemon?
Hey, yo!
Pause.
What is that?
What kind of fucking question is that?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
As you guys can see, the Axie Toys Dinosaur Battlefield King Tyrannosaurus, he's a big boy. He got a lot of meat on them bones, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what she said.
this was honestly one of the best, most unexpected figures that I got of the year. Shout out to Axie Toys for sending this my way. I got the black one. I reviewed it early, but he became available on 5ktoys.com. And I gotta say, like, I was just so happy to get this figure into my collection. He comes with a ton of accessories, but even without all those accessories, you can order him bare body from 5ktoys.com, and he is an amazing figure. I don't even keep all the accessories on him, and I just think he's beautiful. We'll probably never get another anthropomorphic T-Rex like this ever. This guy's amazing. So he was at number 14. Let's see who's at number 13 this year.
Who's that Pokemon?
This Storm Collectibles Street Fighter Balrog, Bullrog, however you want to say his name, man, I got him as a gift. He was hands down one of the best figures that I've received in the last 2 to 3 years minimum. Like, this guy is awesome. His articulation, accessories, he comes with a beat up face, a fully bare body, upper body. Like, this Storm Collectibles definitely killed this in my opinion. I love this guy. He's at number 13. Let's see who's at number 12.
Who's that Pokemon?
You pull me closer. What else I have to do, girl, to break with you? I only want you, yeah. I only want you. I only want you. You pull me closer.
At At number 12, it has to be the SH Figure Arts Gwen. This figure is beautiful and amazing for so many different reasons. Mine's had a QC issue and my bro hooked me up and I got his, and his has no QC issues at all. This figure is absolutely beautiful. She scales well with Marvel Legends. I have entire videos for a lot of these figures that I'm showing up on my channel, so just check out my channel if you haven't seen videos for these figures. Majority of them are up there, and she definitely deserves to be in any top figure list at the end of the year. For me personally, she is absolutely beautiful, man, and her articulation is A1. Just look at some of these poses that I got her in. She is the best female Spider-Man character in my entire collection. Let's see who we got in the number 11 spot right now.
Who's that Pokemon?
Yes, at the number 11 spot, we have none other than a G.I. Joe classified Helix. Absolutely love her. One of the best females, if not the best female in the entire line for me personally. Like, I might have to do an entire another top list for the best classified women, but she has to be up there in the top 3 minimum. Helix is amazing. The interchangeability, the options, the articulation, everything about her is beautiful. And even if you don't want a Helix figure, you can have a Marvel Legends Wasp figure, or you can have an Action Force. Finally, we have an Action Force female Swarm figure. Her base body is perfect for that. Absolutely love this classified Helix. Now we are in official top 10 territory, guys. At number 10, who do we have? None other than...
Who's that Pokemon?
Welcome to the Bear Tribe. At the number 10 spot, we have the Memory Toys Berserker Broken Claw bears. These bears are amazing. They are I never thought I would have bears this big, this size in my collection. Way bigger than the Marvel Legends Ursa Major. Can easily replace that figure. Their articulation is great. I would say the Marvel Legends beats them on just a few points of articulation, but as far as size, detail, accessories, they definitely win. These bears are no damn joke. I cannot wait to see what else Memory Toys gives us in the future. But these bears had to kick off that number 10 spot. Let's see who we got in the number 9 spot of 2023.
Who's that Pokemon?
My name is Chun-Li.
So for the number 9 spot, I definitely had to go with Jada Toys Chun-Li. Honestly, I could have interchanged any of them. Ryu, Fei Long, the entire line is good. So Chun-Li for me is kind of like the placeholder, but she represents every figure released this year from that damn line, which is wild. I see so many people having a hard time picking between the line. She's just amazing, and I love my thicky curvy action figures. So since I love my thickies, it just had to be
Chun-Li wins.
Now for number 8 on my 2023 top action figure list, it gotta be This base form Goku is amazing. It's by Demonical Fit, so it's not by SH Figure Arts, and it is better than any Goku that SH Figure Arts has ever put out, in my opinion. This is the best base form Goku ever. The quality, the sculpt, if you grew up playing Budokai and Tenkaichi, and oh my god, this is that Goku. Like everything about him. Only thing he was missing was a Super Saiyan head. That's literally all he's missing. This Goku is the best, and shout out to Unk. I watched his video and that's what made me pull the trigger on this. He was 100% right. This Goku is the best, hands down. Demonical Fits, Martialist forever. I got mine on 5ktoys.com. This thing is bad ass. And at number 7, of course, we gotta have...
Who's that Pokemon?
Bet you wish you just held on, yeah. She's an original, original. I'm not your typical. She's an original. But I guess you don't know what you got until it's gone. Bet you wish you just held on, yeah.
So of course at number 7 we have Loose Collector's Vampirella, and to me, Loose Collector or Executive Replicas, they're a younger company and they are slowly improving their articulation, their sculpting, their paint apps, and this Vampirella figure to me just looked really good, and the base body is good to use across all lines with all different figures. I use this base body for so damn much. My private channel members know that already, and come on man, we appreciate the curvy thicky figures, and I don't think we'll be getting a Vampirella anytime soon that's this good or even better from other companies. The Red Sonja was really nice, but this Vampirella, for me personally, I mean, she's showing the most skin. This girl is beautiful, man. Shout out to Loose Collector for finally giving us a Vampirella action figure. And let's get into my number 6 pick on my 2023 list.
Who's that Pokemon?
This is the police. Put your hands up. Put them over your head.
There is no escape.
Let me see them.
Drop your weapons.
This is the police.
You can still go home.
Drop it now. Drop your weapons.
Fine.
In the number 6 spot, we have Valorverse Action Forces Pandora. Now, I didn't think much of it at first because it was just a repaint, but it was the repaint that I needed. And clearly I wasn't the only one to think that because she sold out. I did a video on all the Series 3 girls, and I gave this bloody Pandora her own video. So in total, just talking about the women in Action Force, I have over 25,000 views. So of course, her as well as a few of the other girls were definitely going to sell out. And that's exactly what she did. She's now like one of the grill pieces in the line. Her box was exclusive. It looked very different. The artwork on it was amazing. She's a great figure to kit bash. I have her on multiple shelves, and then less than a year later she's going for almost 4 to 5 times her original price, and same or if not more with the bloody version depending on the listing. And I could kind of see why, man. Numbers don't lie. Pandora is definitely amazing. So now we have finally reached the top 5 territory. Let's get into my top 5 of 2023.
Who's that Pokemon?
I'd like you to meet Carnage.
In the number 5 spot, we have the SH figure art Carnage from the movie. I'm a fan of Carnage being small, but who's to say that he can't power up, because this Carnage is amazing. I know that he's too tall for some people, but honestly, these symbiotes power up and get depowered and all the time, so I just run with it. And this guy, detail wise, I don't know what's left to say about him that I didn't say during my review already. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out, because this Carnage is just literally the best Carnage figure in my entire collection. And I didn't think I would be a fan of him being so tall, but this guy is menacing, man. He is definitely worthy of being in the top 5. And at number 4,
So the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
at number 4, we have the figure art Spider-Man 2099. Honestly, if it wasn't because of his price, if his price just could have been a little bit lower, man, he definitely would have probably made it closer to number 1. Articulation, scope, detail, everything about this guy is amazing. He's pretty big too, so he definitely looks strong and intimidating. I really like this figure a lot. Hands down for me, most likely the best 2099 we're ever going to get, especially based off of the movie. And at number 3,
Who's that Pokemon?
Yo, this Sentinel Fighting Armor Black Panther was a great surprise in the beginning of the year for me. I'm using a custom head sculpt from Daisho Creations on it, but it only adds to how great the figure is. The figure is still great without it, just 10 times better with it. This thing has real metal parts on it. He comes with tons of different hands, and his articulation is really good. I always wanted a Black Panther that looked a little bit more armored up, so I love that he has the jet boosters on his back. Like, this T'Challa is my number 1 T'Challa on my shelf. I got him when he first came out. I paid $100 for him, but if you want to get him, he's $75 right now. I'll put the link in the description below. Definitely worth it to me. Like I said, real die cast metal, accessories, hands. He feels like quality, man. Definitely one of, if not the best, Black Panther on my shelf. Link in the description if you want to get them. And at number 2, because of the price, because of the availability, because of everything about this figure and what it embodies, number 2, we got
Who's that Pokemon?
Dayani Dameo Sitipa.
My eyes are wide open. I see you clear. My toes touch the same floor our world has been shaking on. Oh, what's your soul saying? Oh, is your world changing? Oh, what's your soul saying? Oh.
At number 2, we have Valorverse Action Force's Warpath Eclipse. At first, she wasn't exclusive. She sold out so quickly and the demand was so high that he made her available just on the website. If she would have stayed a convention exclusive, I would not have put her on this list, but because she became available for just regular retail is why she made this list. And I have to say, how often do we get any native female figures? Not often. Then how often do we get a native female figure with tribal war paint over her face with an alternate head that has a head wrap or a shama or whatever you want to call it? It's almost never. It's never been done before. I love this figure so much, not just because of the native thing. That's huge for me, being black and Puerto Rican. Representation matters, it's great, but I'm not one of those people that like advocate for it. Like, I look at Optimus Prime, he's a truck, and I relate to him. Like, if I'm relating and I can see myself in a damn truck or a Dinobot, I really don't need it to have my skin complexion. I'm okay. But the fact that it almost never happened before and it just doesn't happen like that is why it's so amazing to have on a shelf, because I like my shelf to look diverse. I want my shelf to be unique, and that's what really gets to me with this figure. It is super unique, and even though it's a repaint, to me this is how repaint should be done. A repaint to me should look almost nothing like the original figure, and this figure understands that. Not to mention, if you do get multiple, you can army build the extra head that comes with her. Doesn't matter whether you put on a classified body, a black action force body. To have her with female troopers with the head wraps on or the scarves, it looks so menacing and badass. I love it, man. I love the figure and I love everything that it comes with. I'm glad, because of demand, this did not stay a convention exclusive, and we have finally made it to the #1 figure of the entire year for me. Meaning, if I could only buy one figure this entire year, what would have been that figure?
Quileutes have been a small tribe from the beginning, but we've always had magic in our blood. We were great spirit warriors, shapeshifters that transformed to the powerful wolf. This enabled us to scare off our enemies and protect our tribe. But one remains.
Who's that Pokemon?
6 months ago, and 35,000 views later, this figure is still on my mind and still remains my overall best pickup of 2023. Maestro Union's Full Ray Planet Veteran Williams. I said in that thumbnail figure of the year because I didn't know if 6 months later anything was gonna top it, but nothing topped this guy. He is on another level. I'm not sure how they did it, especially for the price that they sold him at compared to what some other companies offer us. This guy is ridiculous. Just look at the amount of accessories that he comes with. You have so many different options. He's super articulated, literally the most articulated werewolf I think to ever exist in figure form. On top of all the accessories, he also comes with a damn comic book. The shotgun shells actually come out of the gun and you can place them in. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, this is ridiculous. The detail, the sculpting, everything about this figure is just beautiful. Come on, man. You seen taking him apart into pieces on a table and everything just snaps back in? Like, there's no defeat in that shit. Like, that is wild. Completely wild, man. Like, the options, accessories, sculpting, detail, this guy wins in like every category. I don't know a figure that we can put it up against in terms of articulation and play factor, and it actually loses. Like, there's too much here. There's too much here. This guy was beautiful. No wonder now he's really hard to find. I messed up big time and I only got one. Hopefully we get him in some other colors and variations, but there will only ever be one Veteran Williams with these accessories and just overall packaging. Like, this is the best figure of 2023 for me. Shout out to all of my channel members, man. Like, I appreciate you guys so much. Link in the description if you want to join the channel and get access to tons of private videos, private live streams, and we just building a private community over there of just fun adult collectors, man. My content is not for children, and this #1 action figure speaks for that, because this is not a kid's toy, man. He's sharp, he's big, he's strong. Like, everything about this guy screams adult collector, man. And that's what this is about. Adults collecting good ass action figures, you know, finding moments of peace and escapism from all the harsh realities of life. And every single figure in this list helped me escape this year, man, because these figures were beautiful, off the chain, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking. I know this was a long video, but just comment down below if you stayed till the end. Comment down if we had anything in common. Let me know just what your top 3 figures are. I want to know. So I appreciate you guys. Like I always say, life is short. Try to appreciate it more than you complain about it. Peace. Toy photography and army buildings, all that I need is action figures. Toy photography and army buildings, all that I need, action figures. Don't buy me a thing, I told my girl that all that I need is action figures. Exclusives on my mind, so I won't stop until that figure's mine. And if you feel the same, hit like, subscribe, and stick around for action figures. G.I. Joe, classified, Marvel Legends on my mind, Valorverse and NECA time, Mythic Legions I must find.